Meet James, who on January the 19th, 2023, decided to try the I Am Melanin Magical Hair Growth Serum. He spent many years covering his hair with a hat. He and his dad had the same kind of patterned hair loss, and for many years, he simply could not grow hair in the scalpy areas. He often said that in the back, his hair was straight bald. That was until March when he decided to give I Am Melanin Magic a try. It had been a long journey, but after using the Magical Hair Growth Serum over an 8-week period, look at the results he was able to get in just 8 short weeks. A major accomplishment. The before and after pictures detail just the beginning of the growth after using the Magical Hair Growth Serum 5 days a week. When you take a look at the side of his hair, you can see the hair has grown significantly thicker and looks much healthier than it did in the beginning. All of this short-term progress with an investment of only 8 short weeks is very amazing, but it only represents one of the stories that the Magical Hair Growth Serum has in terms of the testimonies. Many others are having these results and more with consistent use of this and now our new Fearless Follicles. Try the Fearless Follicles at night and Magical Hair Growth Serum during the day. I Am Melanin Magic. If you want long locks,
luscious hair, radiant skin, want to look and feel good,
then I Am Melanin Magic is your brand.
I Am Melanin Magic,
and so are you.
Greetings, beautiful butterflies and perfect people. You are with Tanisha Ali of Tanisha's Locks, Beauty Tips and Potpourri, also known as the I Am Melanin Magic brand. Welcome to the channel. Thank you to all of you who are coming in, who are new. I appreciate you showing up. And for those of you who have been holding down the channel for what seems like I think is going on 5 years, I'm so grateful for you, sending you lots of love. If you watch this video tonight, for those of you who are already previous clients, you will notice that there was a 35% off sale of I Am Melanin Magic products, which started on Black Friday and ends tonight. It will end at 12 a.m., which will really be 11:59 p.m. tonight. And it's 35% off store-wide. All you have to do is use the coupon Melanin Friday. It cannot be extended, but for those of you who check your emails from I Am Melanin Magic, and we definitely do not over spam. We don't spam at all. You will see a similar email in your email box. Now tonight, we are just going over some of the questions that show up in the comments and some of the comments too. I love it. We're seeing a lot of them. And so sometimes I like to come on the channel and just share some of what shows up. So we have a question actually from Vanessa Harrison, who says, what color products do you apply to your locks? Now, currently, you all know, you see the residual of Vidal Sassoon's Runaway Red. I chose to do the chemical dive once more, although it does weaken my ends. I chose to do the chemical dye again to permanently lighten my ends so that hopefully in another several months I can go in with henna and get a brighter color on the ends. I'm looking forward to that. I also have some hair tinsel, and I have a video that I put out. I think it's been maybe about a month on how to add hair tinsel. You can just go through the channel and scroll through the last several videos. I also, at that same time, showed you how to add color using yarn. Now, this is 100% wool yarn, and this is the color that my hair usually is in my older videos. So I may actually add more of this to my hair to give it more color temporarily, but I absolutely love it. This will be permanent as long as I leave it in. It's not going anywhere. It's a great way to add color. You all also know that I will from time to time get the semi-permanent color from the beauty supply store, the Adore, A-D-O-R-E, and I will mix crimson red along with blood red and some other orange colors to get what I feel is a maroon burgundy type color, which is the same color as this here. I will get that and I will leave that in for about 45 minutes. That does less harm to my hair, but the color vibrancy is amazing. The only drawback is that it bleeds all over the place. So Vanessa, hopefully that gave you some information. So we have Ted here asking, he loved the video with Natasha and Darcia where we were talking about knotted locks. He asked, did we lose any length when we locked? I would say, depending upon how general his question is and what he's actually getting at, most people will always lose length at the beginning of the locking process in general because the hair will shrink up. I will also tell you that with knotted locks, I have locks in certain areas of my hair where my hair is different, and you all may have noticed my hair is a lot fuller. It's only been 6 months, but it may look a little bit shorter. Wherever the length of the knots are, let's say they're about maybe 6 or 7 at this point, they're still spongy in certain areas where my hair, where the knot, it takes a while for the knot to lock or embed itself, similar to when you are doing the interlocking. And in those areas, my hair is very spongy. So it actually shrinks up a little. And so I know that in a few more months or as time goes on, as the locks actually embed, like this one here, where my hair texture is a lot more dense, it's not doing that at all. This is the full length, it seems. But I have plenty others in my hair where they just kind of move up and down. They do like this. And so in that sense, I have not lost any length, but the appearance of the length has shifted. Okay, so that's hopefully a good answer to that question, or I hope that's hitting on what you were looking for. And then I have the beautiful DJ at Peru from the Butterfly Transformations channel. For those of you who are on that vibe where you are traveling the frequency and you are raising in your vibration, you're up leveling your mindset, you're gaining clarity, and you're putting things behind you that represent old timelines, join us over there on the Butterfly Transformations channel. That is my other channel. She says she's been on the fence. She's been thinking about this for a year now. And she says, my hair is amazing. I love you. Her hair is amazing too. She has traditional locks, I believe. Thank you for the shout out, DJ. We have, let's see. Oh, we have Learned to Love. She has a comment. I've been looking at pictures and videos of knotted locks. They all seem to have locks that have broken off. I'm not sure what the source of those pictures are, but I can tell you all of the ladies who are in our support group and many of the ladies that I've talked to that have had knotted locks for some years now, including Miss Blakes herself, have not suffered any ill effects. I most certainly haven't. My hair has just gotten the appearance of being more full. I have more hair that's growing in now out of the lock, although my hair has always grown out of the lock, but it was being forced in the lock. My hair is definitely more healthy and it's not stressed, or it doesn't have the beginning signs of stress, which is what I felt like I would be looking forward to down the road. I don't know if you all watch Miss Blake's Instagram channel. She also has a channel here on YouTube where you can see the hair, you can see the locks, and you can look at the hundreds of clients that she has had over the years and the people that she features in some of her video footage. Knotted locks is just, I don't know how my hair could break from knotted locks unless I snatched it out, because it's just too strong. Even for root beds that are very, very thinned out, your hair is going to be very strong because it's not going to have to be separated like you have to do when you go into all of those different points when you're doing any kind of interlocking. So I'm not sure what locks have broken off that you might be referring to, but I can tell you firsthand. And you guys know I've done this channel now for 5 years, and I'm very upfront when it comes to sharing things with you. And even 4 years before I met Miss Blakes, I had a lot of concerns about what I was seeing in the community and some of the things that I was being told and some of the things that I knew would await me if I continued down a certain path. And this doesn't speak for everyone, It speaks for people that are having particular experiences and people who also, while they may not be having those experiences, they're having concerns. And 100% of the people who've shifted over to knotted locks that I'm familiar with via the support group or personal stories have shifted because of problems. Problems with other styles that they were sporting that were no longer giving them the abundance that they felt their hair could have. And there's not a person in the support group, and it's a large support group, there's not a person in the support group who's not experiencing hair abundance again, which is something most of them experienced when they first started the Sisterlocks journey, just like me. I'm thankful to Sisterlocks for everything that it has done for me, including allowing me to be able to open up to something like knotted locks, which probably back then would have sounded crazy to me because of the mindset that I was in and the structure that I was looking for. Being as though I no longer align with that or need that in my life, knotted locks has been wonderful. We have Una or Una. She's 1 month into her Sisterlocks journey. I'm so happy I took the leap. Yes. As you all heard me say in the last short, transitioning to Sisterlocks, Microlocks, or any other little lock is going to be the best decision that you've ever made. You are going to absolutely love it. I would say that if your hair continues to be abundant, if you continue to do those things that matter to keep your hair healthy, you're going to find that there's just not anything that will make you want to go back to your before. So your after is going to bring you hair abundance. It's going to bring you a level of style and ease and creativity that's just going to bring so much more to your life. I don't think that there's anything about the journey to Sisterlocks that I regret at all. In fact, I couldn't be where I am today were it not for Sisterlocks. So when you say that, I'm going to tell you it's going to be the best decision you ever made. It was the best decision I ever made until I made the decision to shift over to knotted locks. So we have Simply Sandra, who's saying, "Hi, Tanisha. I just started my lock journey on November the 1st, 2023, and I am a new subscriber on your channel. We love you. We love you. We love you. Welcome home, Sandra. Your hair is beautiful. Any suggestions for a newbie?" Yes, I do have some. She says she lives in South Florida, and it is hot here, but she loves it here, and that's the reason she wanted locks. She was tired of doing different styles. She's a yoga practitioner, Go Yoga, and locks just worked for me perfectly. My next retie is December the 27th. Blessings. Probably some of the best advice I will give you is protect what you are investing in and inspect what you expect. Just because you have a loctician that you like, just because you have a loctician that you have a relationship with, does not mean that you go and sit down in the chair and you forget about your personal responsibility to your hair. Long term, if you want healthy locks, you have to inspect your hair. You have to make sure that your hair is progressing along the journey in a healthy way. You have to be accustomed to looking for warning signs that may signify that you need a change in your routine. Things like thinning hair, things like a sore scalp, things like your loctician beginning to marry locks because they are thinning, things like locks falling out, things like scalp dryness. Those will be some of the things that you will need to keep tabs on along the journey and pay attention to, so that if you decide that you're seeing something that is of concern, that you can speak to your loctician and you can begin to remedy some of these things. That's probably some of the most powerful advice, in my opinion, that I could give to a newbie, having had Sisterlocks for 13 years and having been very, very vigilant when it came to keeping my hair healthy. The other thing that I'm going to tell you as well is to make the determination about whether or not you're going to use oil on your journey once your locks begin to settle and you feel comfortable. Now, my loctician advised me to use oil from day one. When she did my install, she put oil on my hair, and I'll never regret that decision, because quite frankly, I needed oil in my hair before I had Sisterlocks. What on earth would make me think that I could get through this journey for 13 years without oil in my hair? My hair thrives with oil. Oil helps to lock in the moisture. Oil helps healthy oils, natural oils, essential oils help to replenish my hair. They give my hair the nutritive support that it needs. They restore my hair's integrity and make my hair a lot more resilient. And so oil is something that I simply never could have parted with. However, I recognize that for a lot of newbies, oil is kind of shunned in this community. So I would suggest that once you get to a certain point where you're comfortable, that not only do you start to put your hands in your hair, to explore your hair, to maybe even experiment with retightening a few locks, but that you also make space for listening to your intuitive guidance, which 9 times out of 10 is going to sort of urge you or nudge you towards putting some oil in your hair. Be careful about the types of oils that you put in your hair. You don't want excessive buildup, the same as any other products, shampoo included, that you might decide to add to your hair. That's some of the best advice that I can give you as a newbie. I wish you all the luck in the world, and welcome to the channel. I'm so glad you subscribed. Okay, so I have Miss JoJo saying, do you have to separate your locks at the roots often now that you have knotted locks? My Sisterlocks marry something awful. This is interesting because it wasn't until I went into the support group this past weekend. I'm not able to get in there as much as I used to be able to just check the channels for comments and peruse different groups and things like that, but I make a point of trying to get in there at regular intervals. And last week someone made a comment about no more tangling and married locks, and I thought to myself, yeah, how about that? My locks for some reason are not getting as entangled as they used to. Now, you all remember when I was in the thick of my journey, I always did my retightenings at 10, 11, and 12 weeks, bar none, after like the first maybe year and a half or so. And then towards the end, it was almost always habitually 11 and 12 weeks. And so if you all remember me telling you there was a certain routine that I used to have, there was a certain way I would go through my locks and untangle them in between my retightenings to help make my retightenings a lot less hectic, a lot less painful. I would do the detangling and the maintenance and the things that would keep my hair, to keep my slide the way I wanted it to be and minimize friction. I would do those things on my end. One thing I have noticed with the knotted locks is less need to do that. And I can't really, I wish I could explain to you why. I'm not sure if I can explain to you why. If I had to use my logic, and y'all know I'm big on that left brain thing. If I had to use my logic, I would say that when we use that tool, we're going in at 3 points or 2 points or 4 points, right? Which create microscopic openings or little parts that create a permeability that allows another hair to feed into that and to potentially tangle that. When you instead are knotting, there is a sort of solidity that happens because you have a circular or cylindrical surface that you're working with that perhaps could be smoother across the hair shaft and create less space for tangling. There's in fact a very real experience that you will have, which is the same one that I'm having and the same one that the sister brought to my attention or to our attention in the support group, is which is I am not experiencing that same level of tangling. And I really, that's the only thing that I can say. The other thing, oh yeah, now that I think about it, something that Miss Blake's always is talking about is wet every day, oil every day. She swims every day, as you know, so she is constantly telling you to wet your hair daily, to knot in the shower, and to oil daily. Naturally, when you're doing that, your hair is going to be more pliable, it's going to be less susceptible to tangling, and the oil itself, depending upon the kind of oil you're using, especially if you're using an I Am Melanin Magic oil, it's a natural detangler anyway. So that could be the reason. Very interesting question, Miss JoJo. Hopefully that will help you. I do remember the awful marrying that can happen when you have Sisterlocks, and what I would suggest for you is to do what I always recommended here on the channel, which is every couple of weeks, go through your hair and simply spray, rub in a nice quality oil that's a great detangler, and gently comb through your locks. Never think that you can go from one retightening session to the other without actually having to do something to your hair to maintain it. That's going to be very important. The other thing that I suggested throughout is to wash your own hair, and to wash it for sure before you get your retightenings. And the reason why I say that is because if you wash your own hair, then you can detangle your own hair. If you wash your own hair at least a minimum of 1 to 2 days before you go in for your retightening, you have a chance to detangle your hair. You have a chance to go through it very gently and to gently pull the hairs apart. If you notice, if your hair is healthy, when you begin to ply the hairs apart, they should stretch gently and each should go its own way, and you shouldn't have to pop it if you take your time and if you use a quality oil that has some detangling properties. You're going to notice that. The bottom line is that you're giving your hair a chance to rest in its detangled state before you sit down and have it retightened. And you are likely going to be a lot more gentle with your hair than your loctician, who may be on a schedule and who may be needing to actually move through your hair a lot faster. Hopefully that helps. We have a comment here from Miss Blakes. Let's see what Miss Blakes is saying. Now this is for this is for the video, Can Knotted Locks Transform Your Hair Journey? Many more say yes. So she says, Miss Tanisha, I apologize for the rudeness and disrespect you have experienced on this post. I'm not aware. I guess I got to read it. I want those searching for an alternative to Sisterlocks and intense, tight interlocking to research Knotted Locks by Melissa Blake to understand why I was called to practice this specific work. It's about your honor. You have been chosen, gifted to wear your individual African textured hair. We each of us needed to wear our hair in an effortless way, and in this way it flourishes, crowning us with dignity and pride. Our African textured hair in small size locks is beautiful when celebrated and touched with kindness. Knotted Locks exists to empower you to stand with joy and happiness with your individual African textured hair at zero cost. Why zero cost? Because you are doing it yourself. Remember, this is the niche for the do-it-yourselfer. I bring you respect, joy, and honor. Knotted Locks is intimate and personal. Oh, yes, it is. It's about honor, honoring our African textured hair, honoring our crown, honoring our African textured hair's connection with our ancestors, honoring all aspects of being gifted, each one of our curly, coily, divinely given strands. I love this. If you all have heard Miss Blake's talk about this, you probably have come to know, understand, and agree that there's definitely something special going on here. She is definitely a channel for something that is divine, that is working for more and more of us. This is not for everybody. Neither is anything else that you do in life. Everyone knows what they're called to. Everyone knows what their hairstyle of choice is, what their job of choice is, what their belief system is. Go where you are called to go and stay in your lane. This is my lane right now, but Sisterlocks has been my lane for 13 years, so I will still be giving you the best possible advice that I can give you, having come through that journey successfully for 13 years. And I will be doing the same for those of you who are here for Sisterlocks. Let's take a look. We have Darcel here who says she's already reached out to Miss Blake's, and that is all thanks to you as I watch your videos. When you did a video about it, I did my own research and I've had my consultation. December, her appointment is made to start her journey. She's very excited. We have Jean Aldridge who says, hi Tanisha, love the information you share. I've started buying your oils. I love them. Shout out to you, Miss Aldridge. We have Plumber CRS hoping for a knotted lock loctician. I feel that may be coming one day. Could be you. Could be coming near a shop near you. Could be you. We have, Miss Grace. I met Miss Grace at the Walmart down here where I live. She says, this is Grace. Not sure if you remember me. We met at the Walmart a few months ago. I have been using your products to grow my hair, and it is amazing. I believe Miss Grace is using the Magical Hair Growth Serum. She says, I will be reaching out to Miss Blake for a consult. I have a question about your amazing product. Can I use the roll-on and the spray at the same time? Now, what I suggest is the roll-on be used in problem areas at nighttime in conjunction with the Magical Hair Growth Serum, which you should use during the daytime. This one has very specific massage instructions. Please find the video on the channel or read the instructions. This spray is to be used all over. You can use it as many times a week as you want. Every other day will suffice. Spray it in, massage. This is going to be your standalone oil, or the oil that you are using to maintain the health and vitality of your hair. It can be used in conjunction with this. My suggestion, though, is that this not be put over your entire head unless you're having thinning over your entire head, in which case this should be applied in an extremely thin layer only along your scalp. Do not saturate your tresses with this. Again, this is daytime use. This is nighttime use. This can be all the time, wherever used. I hope that clarifies your question, Miss Grace. And so it looks like on this particular video, I don't see anything. Oh, we do have 12 replies. Let's see. I have one from Giselle who says, can you explain what happened for you having a knot in your hair? I'm not sure what she meant, but all of these are now knots. Okay, you see, they're all knots. I can't really tell the difference. I can tell when I feel for them. When I look at them, I can't tell the difference. They have yet to become embedded. I imagine these will take as long or maybe longer to actually embed than my original lock. So it's a process that has to happen, causing them to embed where they actually will lock and begin to look like what I guess your locks will typically look like when you first get them done. You know how when you first get your Sisterlocks done, you can see the entire grid, and as they move further and further down the lock, it begins to look more like a mini traditional lock. Oh, we have Miss Boss Diva Barron, who's replying to Miss Giselle, and she's saying, I was talking about the lock. She says that it's a knot in your hair. It looks a mess to me. I don't know if you guys can see. I don't think it looks messy at all. You know what looks messy to me? Thinning locks, locks that are falling out, and locks that are unhealthy and dry. That's what looks a mess to me. I cannot tell anything messy about my locks. I think they look beautiful. I'm not sure what locks she's referring to or whose locks she has seen. But I will tell you that these knots that I currently have, I will live by them. And hopefully, if I'm able to maintain this style all the way to the grave and beyond, I will die by them as well. This is definitely my style of choice. We have, I think they make Tanesia's hair look thicker, more voluminous than when she was using the previous rotations. Miss Giselle is saying she still can't see why having a knot would be bad. She says, I can understand if you don't like the aesthetic. I think maybe where some of that is coming from is the idea that when you have Sisterlocks, a knot is the worst possible thing that can happen. You're conditioned against the knot because the knot goes against the rotation and the interlocking and the way that it looks. So if you have interlocking, then to have a knot in there is basically like a mistake. It's something that you don't want. You don't want knots. You don't want so-called holes. You don't want the freedom of the hair to move in a particular direction. Bunching is discouraged. A whole lot of things are discouraged because they look different. Remember, with knotted locks, there's a unique individuality that is afforded to each strand. With Sisterlocks, you must look uniform. The whole idea is to try to look uniform and have everything look alike. Hence the grid, hence the rotation patterns and all of the other things. So it's an entirely different mindset that you have to go into knotted locks with. When you learn that something is bad and it's unwanted and undesirable, and then later you are being reprogrammed, or you're having to reprogram yourself and accept the idea that this particular style is all knots back to back to back, it can feel very different. But I can assure you it looks beautiful. And if you all watch Miss Blake's, well, you see my hair, and I'm here to tell you. I'm going to tell you the truth. I mean, everything is knotted. What do you see here? I don't see anything any different. I don't see a mess. I don't see anything that looks like a mess. It could look like a mess if you've never had them in your own hair, if you've had a knot in the midst of interlocking and it was considered a mistake, maybe it can look a mess. But knots themselves, because they are knots, are going to be uniform. And because your hair is African textured hair, it's going to lock. No different than if I just decided to go free form and do absolutely nothing with my hair, it would lock as well. The knots are going to lock, and they're going to look the same as they all look whenever we do lock our hair, whether we have micro locks, tiny locks, whether we start our micro locks with twist, with, you know, there are a multitude of different ways, braids. There's so many different ways that we start our lock journey. Knotting is just another way to start your lock journey. So it would be like saying people who start their lock journey with braids, it looks messy, or it doesn't look good because maybe it looks different, or maybe more flat or more cylindrical, depending upon which of these different ways you may start your hair. It just is, it's a way of saying that, or identifying that it's going to look different perhaps, but over time, I don't know that I can tell, and I've been doing this for a while, I don't know that I can tell someone with Sisterlocks from someone with Microlocks other than to ask them about the grid. I know my Sisterlocks and the way they matured, because the texture of my hair, they don't look anything like some of the other people that I see with very tightly coiled hair, where I can still actually make out the interlocking pattern. My locks actually never stayed that way. They just look to me like tiny, tiny traditional locks. So I guess it's a matter of perspective. It's like Giselle said, if you don't like the aesthetic. But if you don't like the aesthetic, at least know what you're talking about. At least have had them in your own head, or have seen them up close in person, or have seen a knot in something other than as a mistake in a sister lock. So these sisters look like they're going back and forth. So Giselle says, not to me, it just looks like a knotty bush. That's interesting. I like the less knotty look. I don't know what knottiness you're talking about. I don't know. I'm not sure that, I'm not sure that me being as critical and as logical and as analytical as I am, if I can't see a difference other than the thickness and the body and the volume of my hair increasing, I am certainly not sure what you can see sitting back there, not even in front of the camera. I'm not really sure what she can see. I'm not sure what knottiness. I'm not sure what you're referring to. I know that you hear me talk about the plucked chicken look. And so that is no longer there, but I'm not sure what you're talking about, really. Very interesting here. So anyway, Melisha Jackson is saying she loves it. She's going to reach out to Miss Blake to start her transition. Needs to purchase some of the oils to restore her follicles. Oh gosh, y'all, this is getting kind of yucky here on the channel. Okay, so we have, wow. We have, y'all will need to go and view this on your own. You can go and take a look at the video and you can decide how you feel. But one of the things that I will tell you, and that is this. I see Miss Boss Diva, I think you are saying you are criticizing the knotted locks, and you're stating it in a way as if you feel qualified to speak about my hair. And that is the part that I'm going to have to question, because I don't know what you are seeing. I don't know to what degree you feel that you've studied my hair and you can actually make that assertion. So I think that's just shows where you are in your evolution. So I'm not going to go down that road here. But it looks like there's a going back and forth. What I will tell all of you all here on the channel is what I always tell you guys, and that is it's up to you to make the choice that you feel resonates with you. No one is even asking you to make a choice at this point. Allow your journey, whether you have Sisterlocks, we have people here with Sisterlocks, Microlocks, traditional locks. We have people on this channel with all kinds of locks. Be on the path that feels right for you. And as long as that path feels right for you, stay on that path. And that path may continue to feel right for you, and you should stay on that path. And if that path at some point in your journey no longer feels right for you, then that's when you begin to look at other options. I don't think that there's a reason to berate anyone. I don't think there's a reason to criticize anyone. I mean, y'all know the deal. I can go with you down that road, but I don't have to. But this is my channel. And if you don't like the content on this channel, you need to get off the channel. There's a million other outlets that you can go to that you resonate with. And I'm not going to allow you to come on this channel and to criticize Ms. Blakes, because I believe what Ms. Blakes is bringing to us, and I know for a fact what Ms. Blakes has brought to me has been a lifesaver. And it's been a lifesaver for many other people as well. So unless you have done the work yourself, or you have tried the style yourself, or you maybe have your own channel and you want to do whatever you want to do on that channel, or you've talked to other people who are in the support group, or you have something other than your view that you can see me from the video and you see that I have a knotted mess. Well, again, I'm not sure what you are talking about, because I can't see any knots myself. I just see beautiful locks. So either way, you have your path, to each his own. Musabidin wa isabidin. I wish you the best. And again, if the messages on this channel are not the messages for you, you need to go someplace else. You need to find another channel that will give you the content that you desire, because I don't like being a host of negativity on the channel, and I'm simply not going to do it. So that goes for anyone. And you guys know, in the 5 years that I've had this channel, we've never had anything like that ever. So for those of you who have those strong views and you have a problem with the content on the channel, I'm just going to ask you to step away. And for those of you who want to continue to support the channel, we appreciate you. We love you, and we'll continue to bring you feedback, whether it is from Miss Blakes, anyone else, any of those of you in the community who would like to submit your testimonials or show up in the Zoom or in the testimonies that you send me to the phone, or even in the comments. You are always welcome. So I love you guys. Let's take one more comment. That's Miss Aldridge. We already read her comment. Miss Grace. I think that's it for that particular video. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, because the comments are a great way to gauge engagement, but there are also a lot of you that give others of you great advice. We have, and some people need to hear that, because I can't always talk about everything. We have Miss Nylarak 1984. Beautiful experience. This is in response to Natasha and Darcia's share from the Knotted Locks interview a few weeks ago. Wonderful to see new ways of caring for natural hair. This process reminds me of crafting. Only the hair is permanent artwork we get to wear. I love that. I love that. I love that. And then we have Nasara, I think, 05, who's asking Priscilla's last name. I think you're looking at the coloring, the henna used to color the Microlocks from some time ago. I wish I could tell you her full last name. I'm not sure at this particular time. I can't think about it. Okay, let's listen to one last comment. We have Miss Vicky Logan. Thank God for you ladies. Love to listen to you too for lessons and confidence in myself with my hair. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Look forward to your next talk. Blessings to you ladies. We have a lot of you giving a shout out to the channel. I really, really appreciate you. We have Miss Deborah James. Lusciousness. Your healthy hair looks so extravagant and beautiful. It looks like it smells great too. Girl, you know it does, because I'm using the I Am Melanin Magic Premium Oil. Thank you for your knowledge and for sharing your lock journey and experience. Okay. Don't forget to show up in the comments and let me know what other content you would like for me to discuss, research, talk about, share as anecdotal records, and so forth here on the channel. I go through these periodically, although I'm not always able to comment. I try to keep a pulse on what's showing up in the comment section so that I can share with you all, and also so that I can make sure that I deliver the content that you all are so thirsty for. So I appreciate you. I love you. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your morning, evening, or afternoon. Be peaceful, productive, prosperous in your passion, living on purpose with a positive point of attraction. And I will be signing out. For those of you who have not purchased my book, Manifesting Your Masterpiece, you can get it on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Love you.
Do you have dark spots from skin irritation? How about unsightly marks from acne that's lasted way too long? Fade Magic can help you find your way back to radiance over time. Don't delay, order yours today.
If you are not using Melanin Magic hair oil, then what are you using?
Hi, I'm the creator of the I Am Melanin Magic skin and hair care brand. The I Am Melanin Magic hair oil is our premier product. It is the leading high-end supplement for your mane.
It reduces breakage and promotes growth and can be used on all hair types and looks, from straightened hair and microlocks to wigs and protective styles.
It's antifungal, antibacterial, and it's anti-funk, so you know you're protected.
It softens and conditions your hair, and it's anti-frizz too.
Hey guys, so I started using this oil called I Am Melanin Magic since February of this year, and check out the new growth. Like, it's insane. Not only did it help with my new growth, but it smells amazing too.
See the dramatic improvements Denisha has made after not having hair around her edges for 3 years. Tanya's hair had been like this for almost 20 years, and while getting injections. Her doctor said it was scarred and would never grow back. After 4 weeks of using I Am Melanin Magic, this is what she looked like. I Am Melanin Magic did this to Danette's hair after a short time.
This is really all your hair needs. It's rich with antioxidants, loaded with growth-promoting ingredients. Look at the growth of my hair. It's amazing. The product speaks for itself. Order yours today and don't delay. Don't delay. Purchase yours today.
I am Melanin Magic, and so are you.